Good morning, Cullman. Thank you for tuning in to Cullman Today. I'm your host, Dustin Isom, and today is Thursday, June 13th. We have a lot to look at in local news today, including information on Wallace State Community College being named an Aspen finalist, a Children's Hospital benefit car show, and the Cullman Tribune's Pet of the Week. All this plus sports, weather, and more, but for now, let's dive into the top stories happening in Cullman today. The City of Cullman has announced that preparations for the paving of Swafford Road began yesterday on the west side of Main Avenue. The road work is expected to take several weeks. Motorists are encouraged to use caution while driving through the area. Next up, the Aspen Institute on Tuesday, June 11th, named Wallace State Community College a finalist for the 2025 Aspen Prize for Community College Excellence. The $1 million award is the nation's signature recognition of strong performance among community colleges. The institutions selected for this honor stand out among more than 1,000 community colleges nationwide as having high and improving levels of student success, as well as equitable outcomes for Black and Hispanic students and those from lower income backgrounds. Awarded every 2 years, the Aspen Prize honors colleges with outstanding performance in 6 critical areas: teaching and learning, certificate and degree completion, transfer and bachelor's attainment, workforce success, broad access to the college and its offerings, and equitable outcomes for students of color and students from low-income backgrounds. The winner will be announced in the spring of 2025. And to wrap up our top stories, a new park was the main topic up for discussion at Fairview's latest town council meeting. The council heard from representatives of CDG Engineering who proposed their services to help the town create a master plan for the new park. This master plan would include assisting the town with grants and creating a budget with the appropriate bids. The council briefly touched on their vision for the new park. They hope to include both competitive and recreational elements that would serve all age groups. These elements could potentially include a splash pad, new ball fields, a pickleball court, walking trails, and more. After a motion was made to accept CDG Engineering's proposal for park planning services, the council approved it unanimously. Fairview citizens are invited to attend the monthly council meetings or contact the town via Facebook with ideas and examples of things they would like to see in the new park. Now that we have the top stories out of the way, we're going to take a quick break before returning with sports.
Discover what's buzzing in Cullman with Community Matters, where every story pops off the page with local flair. It's the magazine that's got the inside track on what's now, what's new, and who's who. Get the lowdown on top eats and 411 on recipes that'll turn up your summer cooking game. Relive our local team's triumphs on the sports fields and pencil in summer's hottest events for fun the whole family will love. Get your copy of Community Matters at the Cullman Tribune, any of the local businesses on screen, or scan the QR code.
Welcome back. Now it's time to find out what's going on in the world of sports. Let's get today's sports segment started with some local news. Good Hope High School has selected Noah Holder to take the reins of the Raiders varsity baseball team. Holder replaces former head coach Mitch Witcher after coaching Raiders middle school team last season and joins his wife and head volleyball coach Natasha Holder on the list of Raider varsity coaches. Moving over to some state sports news, the Alabama High School Athletic Association, in coordination with the cities of Tuscaloosa, Auburn, and Opelika, have agreed to remove the University of Alabama's Bryant-Denny Stadium and Auburn University's Jordan-Hare Stadium from the Super 7 High School Football Championships host site rotation. The action became necessary due to the expanded college football playoff plan that could require both schools to host playoff games in the future, which would conflict with the AHSAA's annual Super 7 football championships. Birmingham and Protective Stadium, which hosts the Super 7 championships next December, will remain in the AHSAA Super 7 host rotation, and the AHSAA is continuing to study other rotation options as well. All parties regret the necessity for this rotation coming to an end. We'll finish up today's sports segment with some sad news. NBA legend and Pro Basketball Hall of Famer Jerry West passed away at the age of 86 Wednesday morning. The Los Angeles Clippers, with whom West had been a board member and consultant since 2017, announced Wednesday that he passed away peacefully with his wife Karen by his side. West, whose silhouette inspired the NBA logo, won the 1972 NBA championship with the Lakers as a player and 8 additional titles as an executive with the Lakers and Golden State Warriors. NBA Commissioner Adam Silver released a statement calling West a basketball genius and a defining figure in the league for more than 60 years. West will be inducted into the Pro Basketball Hall of Fame in August in the contributor category for his success as an executive. That covers sports for today, but make sure to check with the Cullman Tribune each day for the latest in sports coverage from across the area. We will be back after this message. Hello and welcome back to Cullman Today. Now it's time to speed things up with the news rundown. 4 stories in under 4 minutes. The Link of Cullman County has partnered with Athens State University to offer a science, technology, engineering, and mathematics camp to local children in the community. Campers got creative and learned about color theory while tie-dyeing their camp shirts. They also explored the properties of non-Newtonian fluid by creating and interacting with oobleck, a form-changing mixture similar to quicksand made of cornstarch and water. The curious kids also set up an experiment to see what would happen if you left an egg in vinegar overnight and discovered that it's possible to turn a cup completely upside down without spilling its contents, but variables have to be just right. The Cullman Tribune's pet of the week, Badger, is a beautiful, low-energy Great Pyrenees who is just 3 months old. All situations intrigue his curious mind, but when it comes down to it, he just wants to be by your side, just to be close. He sleeps in his kennel while others are carrying on about, which further displays his laid-back personality. Badger is a sweet fellow who is the perfect companion or therapy pup. Are you ready to meet Badger? Head on over to Cullman County Animal Shelter at 935 Convent Road Northeast, Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. for a meet and greet. His adoption fee of $130 includes neuter, DHL-PP vaccine, Bordetella vaccines, rabies vaccine, wormer, general exam at the vet, and microchip. Contact the Cullman County Animal Shelter at 256-734-5448 or Cullman Animal Shelter at co.cullman.al.us. New local bakery Widlockers is inviting guests into the shop and will be viewing the newest episode of Bridgerton Season 3 tonight at 5 p.m. True Bridgerton-era refreshments of an afternoon tea with scones, sandwiches, and other goodies will be available at the viewing. Holly Jennings, owner of Widlockers, said, "We will also be giving every attendant a lovely gift. Currently, there are 12 spots left. RSVP at 256-747-5376. The South Cullman Walmart is hosting a car show on June 15th from 9 a.m. until noon to benefit Children's Hospital. Food trucks will be on site as well as Cullman Police Department's helicopter, a few fire trucks, and the kids' favorite fire dog, Marshall, from Paw Patrol. The registration fee for the show is $20. To enter, contact lynnezra15@gmail.com. Now for a quick break before we look at the weather ahead and pay our respects with obituaries. I will be right back after this quick message. Welcome back. Let's take a moment to pause and remember those who have lost their lives this week as we turn to obituaries. Joan Gorley Martin. Joan Gorley Martin of Cullman passed away on Tuesday morning, June 11th, at the age of 87. Funeral services for Miss Martin will be held at 2 p.m. on Thursday, June 13th at Brooklyn Church, with Jason Thomas officiating. Friends are invited to visit with the family at the church from noon until when services begin. Burial will follow in the adjoining cemetery, with friends and relatives of Miss Jones serving as pallbearers and Miles Childers and Mason Martin serving as honorary pallbearers. Tanya Lee Thomas. Funeral services for Tanya Lee Thomas, 64 of Hansville, will be 11 a.m. Friday, June 14th at Hansville Funeral Home Chapel. Visitation for Ms. Thomas will be from 9:30 until 11 a.m. on Friday at the funeral home. Jim Deason will be officiating services. The family will be having a private graveside service. That finishes up obituaries for today. Our thoughts and prayers go out to their friends and families. Now let's take a look at today's weather forecast. Today will be sunny with a high near 89 and a calm wind. Tonight will be mostly clear with a low around 67 and a calm wind. On Friday, it will be sunny with a high near 93 and a calm wind. Friday night will be clear with a low around 69. That concludes another edition of Cullman Today. Thank you for joining us. We will be back bright and early tomorrow morning at 6:30 a.m. I'm Dustin Isom with Cullman Today, wishing you a terrific Thursday, Cullman.